Okay, can you guys hear me now? Yay. Okay, great. All right, so what I was in the process of saying was we're going to take a look at the syllabus now to make sure that everybody is on the same page with what we're doing, what we need to do. So what I will do now is I'm going to try first, so you guys don't need to do anything. I'm going to try to pull it up on a shared screen that you will see. And so we'll kind of go through things this way. And if it doesn't work, you'll pull it up individually. Okay. So let me just write that down. Okay. So okay. Okay, so if you guys can see what I'm showing, the syllabus, the beginning, if you can you nod your heads because I don't get the chat panel right now while I'm looking at it. I'm getting yeah, thank you. I'm just getting a video. Perfect. Okay, so if we go down, so let's start with the bottom of page 1, which is office hours and teaching. So that is my email. You guys can email me there. Please don't go crazy with the email. Okay, so don't email me if you have like a bunch of little questions. Don't do that. If you have like something big, time sensitive, then or specific, go ahead and email me. I just don't want kind of little small emails here and there. So if you have something to say, just kind of get it all together in one place and then send the email, okay? Um, and then technical issues, you can copy me on, but as far as passwords and usernames, that sort of thing, you want to email Karen Wong or the other people who are a part of the Summer College Academy, who are administrators. So those questions are not to me. To me, it's just content questions and maybe attendance questions. Okay. So for office hours, so our class meets, right? Our class meets Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday from 12 to 2, I will have office hours. But what I ask you to do is if you want to come to office hours, now preferably we'll get questions over with um, in class. Okay, so at the end of class, I'll ask, or you can tell me and say, hey, I have these questions. Can can you go over them? So I prefer to do that in class um, when we have class time. If you do have questions and you do want to come by office hours, that's fine. Just send me an email, okay? stating the day before, preferably, or that morning that you will be attending office hours. So then I will expect you. So I'll be in the meeting, but I will most likely be doing other things. So just so I can keep an eye out and not miss you. Okay. So that's one. Homework. So if you go down, if you scroll down, so for homework, you have, like it says, 3 parts. So you're going to do the readings that you're assigned for the day. And before class time of the next day, you will have submitted your conscious diary. So the conscious diary is where you really explore the readings further. You show that you understand the concepts. You connect the dots. You look at the big picture. You think of similar examples in your life. You can ask questions. They can be more philosophical. They can be specific questions. But that is where you show me that you're doing the readings. You show the depth of the material, and it is really like a diary. So it's meant for you to go deep and explore. And so you'll find to put in your entries on eCollege. There's a tab there that says for eCollege, you should have a tab that says journal, okay, at the top. And there you will, you have entries. And so I'm looking at it right now. And for today's class, there should, yes, have been an entry. That was a question at the beginning of class. We're going to go look at the day-by-day calendar, so things will be clear if some of you have not put in an entry, okay? So journal, you have your name, put it in the day before each class. You guys should have your entries in, okay? And there's not a word limit or cap, but just it's about quality. So it'll show. It can be short and sweet, so to speak, or it can be longer, but it needs to have substance and not just going on, about slightly tangible things to what you've read, because that'll be obvious. So, and I'll ask you at the end of this whether you have questions, okay? So just hold on a sec. So that's a conscious diary. The readings will go down, also see what they are. So you'll be reading the book. Hopefully all of you have it. You can buy it easily on Amazon. It's called Earth in Mind. It's by the environmentalist and professor David Orr, O-R-R. So that book, you will be reading all of it. Some of you may have started on it, maybe read more than up to now, but that's what you guys will need to read. And right, for the journal entry, so to make it clear for what day you're entering, as it shows on the example, so you have conscious diary, that's the title 3.2. So that means week 3. So all of our kind of daily activities or homework is going to be titled by week and by day in the week. So we have 6 weeks together, week 1 through 6, week 1, and then day 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So conscious diary, week 3, class 2, which is Tuesday. So 3.2. Okay, so keep it in that format when you enter in your journal. And class, we're really going to stick to Blue Jeans, what we are on now. We probably will not do Adobe Connect. And so everybody seems to have more or less good success with that. And then let's see, final paper. So before I go to the final paper, I just want to make sure, so make sure what you guys have to say. Okay, so you see the syllabus good. All right, so back to it. Gray again. Maybe it's because it's not being active by me. So let me see if I scroll through it, is it visible? So if I scroll through it, do you guys see it? Yeah. Okay, great. So going back to it again, final paper. So the final paper is going to be due on that day, on Monday the 17th, before class. And it's going to be, again, through eCollege. There is a Dropbox link titled Final Paper. So you should be able to enter it. You should be able to upload your paper typed. And so the details, so I'm saying it needs to be 5 pages. And some of you for classes may have written longer. For college, you'll definitely be writing longer papers. But again, it's not quantity, it's quality. So you choose how long you want to make it, 5 pages or more, but make sure that it has substance. Okay, so that's what you'll be graded on. This is not about like how can I crank out the most pages, kind of talking about the topic and get away with it. So don't do that. It's not worth it for you or for me. So what you want to do for this paper is it's somewhat open-ended in that you choose a certain behavior that you, let's say, are guilty of, or that you examine you have, that is wasteful. If you sit down and think of your day and what you do in terms of natural resource use and water, electricity, gas, trash, or you choose something that again is close to home. So that makes it unique in the sense of where you are. What is going on around you on a smaller or larger scale, like the forest issue in Brazil, that sort of thing, or something even smaller, and write about that. So choose personal or regional behavior that you want to work on. And so it says what you need for your own behavior. And they're really great examples that you should look at. These 3 links to websites are really, really good. And that'll give you a lot of ideas because when it's personal, you can get excited about it. And if it's bigger, like a regional issue, you're probably going to be excited about it if it somehow like deeply affects you. So you choose. So the chronology of it is by the start of week 3. So by Monday of week 3, you guys should have chosen something and you should have gone into the biological details of what is going on. What's going on to the planet when this is happening? What is happening, and then what are its impacts? Okay. Then for the following weeks, 3, 4, 5, that full week, and then 4 and 5, you're going to be writing the paper. And so there's no plan. Okay, so I'm going to stop for a sec because it looks like someone has something to say or is doing a little dance that they'd like to share, maybe. So I'll wait. And then you can tell us what you have to say. So we'll listen. Go for it.
Professor,
Yes.
I am just curious about the form and pattern of the final paper. Uh, I have almost never write a 5-page paper before, so I'm quite not sure about the formation.
Right. Yeah. So I'll get to that in a sec.
Okay.
Yeah. So before I answer a question, um, this format I just want to address. This online format it lends itself to being informal, right? We see each other in different rooms. We see, we're relaxed. We have other things going on wherever we are. But these are 3 hours out of the day that you have chosen to be in this interaction. So I think you guys can keep it that way. So you have other things, other family members or whatever is going on behind you. Yeah, I think you're old enough now, given that you've taken this class, um, to keep yourself not looking like a clown. All right. So I just wanted to be clear on that for everybody. And a big thing is don't take my kindness um, and the positivity that I bring as a professor as weakness. That would be a big mistake. All right. So just keep it professional. Don't have other things going on in the room when we are interacting. Okay. So just pay attention and try to stay with it. If you're thirsty, drink. You should have a bottle of water by you. Um, we have a break so you can go to the bathroom or attend to other business that's calling on you or something. But don't be doing other things. So Ricky, that's what I'm referring to. I mean, don't be talking to other people. It's very disrespectful. Don't play around with other people. If this is your summer and these 3 hours are kind of sandwiched in between some sort of games or something, you shouldn't be part of this class. All right. So that's what I meant. It's a general statement. It's not aimed at anyone specific yet. Okay. All right. So back to the syllabus. All right. So the paper you were asking, yeah. So the paper just needs to be typed. It needs to be double spaced, so it's easy for me and actually for your fellow students to read. Okay, so that's what you'll want. You want it double spaced, 12-point font. This is all typical. I think you've encountered this in high school already. And a font that is easy to read. So Times New Roman is the easiest way, is the best. So that's what you'd want. 5 pages or more, you decide. It's your call. You answer for it. So, um, So the paper parts. So a scientific paper is written in sections, and this will, in a way, mirror that. So you're going to have your introduction, um, your biology, your impacts, um, which are pretty straightforward. You need to do the online research for this, and your sources need to be legitimate. Um, so you want to use environmental protection agency website in your country or in America, something that isn't like a personal homepage or a blog of someone else, right? And then you want to write about the impacts. And then the last two are much more, this is where you shine. This is where you show what you have to say. So, how I will and am making a change. So, this is directly. So, how are you working on yourself to change this? How are you sharing this with your family as an example? How are you talking about it with your friends? Locally, what decisions are you making? Are you choosing to go, for example, to a farmer's market? Um, to buy loose vegetables, to buy meat from animals that have no hormones and antibiotics, and that sort of thing. So, and then the last one is perhaps the least technical and the deepest part. And that is you're describing a, um, a desired outcome for the situation or problem that you originally um, decided to talk about. So this is like a it's like an ode. It's where you say um, after a lot of time has passed, and in theory or in practice, you would have worked on that issue, and you talk about what you see the world as given a positive result in your efforts. So this is like you're describing with detail and depth the best and brightest vision of a positive outcome for the problem. Okay, so and you're going to talk in present tense. So you're going to say now, so there was this issue years ago, and now the world has changed in the following way. This is what people are doing on a daily basis and how it's beautiful. So you're creating a vision for the best possible outcome. Okay. So that's what that last part is about. Um, and then you will submit your paper. Okay. Um, Grading is very straightforward. Um, please don't ask me about a point here, a point there. We won't be talking about grades during class. You will get your grades at the end. So this isn't about back and forth of like, why did I get this grade? Why did I get that grade? We won't be doing any of that. Um, the grading scale, because it's not about the grade. It's about what you will take away, and it's your you answer to yourself is where it's at. Um, so grading scale is just like it always is, very straightforward. So this is the page that you really want to pay attention to. This is the page that you will use on a daily basis. These are your daily assignments. And so in red, what you see is it says that they're due on the listed day. So for example, take a look. Week 1, the very first block, you have your 4 classes. Class 1.1, and that's the date it's occurring on today. So, and then you have the homework. So that homework should have been due today before class. So we had a question about that in the beginning. That's what it means. It's due on the listed day. So you guys should have read section 1.1 of the climate change AR5 report, and you should have written about it in your conscious diary and submitted it for today as an entry. Okay, so that's what it means. Half of you did not do that. That's fine, but now you know. So don't do that again. Um, you guys, so the day of, that's what you want to do. What the homework that you see is due on that day. So it can be confusing, and that's why it's fine now. Um, all right. So July 15th, you guys for class should have read the ocean acidification article, the AR5 report 1.3 section, and the conscious diary. You should have written about it. Okay. What you will also see is links to different, either like a Google book that a section you should read, like for class 3.2. Um, you have a few pages to read in a Google book, so you're going to do that online. If it's a PDF or a paper, and there's no link to it, it means it's on eCollege. Okay, so I uploaded that paper. You guys should be notified about it. If you look on eCollege, it is going to be under doc sharing. So under doc sharing, you have um, your readings. Okay, so you have the AR5 report is there, the ocean acidification article, other PDFs are there. Okay. Um, or you'll have a direct online article to read. So July 30th, for example, class 3.4, you have 3 online articles you're going to read. Okay. Conscious diary. You see at the bottom, you say conscious diary for that week and work on paper. So you're going to have to, um, pace yourself on the paper. You know when it's due. It's due on the 17th, right? So here we are, week 6, Monday. It's due before class, Monday of week 6. Okay, you'll be on campus. It's due before we have that class. Um, and so it's straightforward, I think. So pace yourselves. You know when it's due. Take care of your own timing for that paper when you have time. Weekends are a good time to work on it. Um, yeah, so more so about that. So the AR5 and the scientific papers are they're technical papers, right? They're scientific technical works. So they won't be clear to you completely because there are terms you don't know, there are graphs that are complicated. Um, that's okay. So be ready to talk about them, but take your time to understand. If you don't understand, if you can't look up that term or whatever, if you're stuck after you've really done your best, let it go, because it's not about the technical details to get lost in. It's about the big picture. So we're highlighting issues that are important that you're seeing through these works. Okay. So don't over stress about like really understanding, because you won't. You won't understand all of it, and that's fine. Um, so right. And so for the conscious diary, show your synthesis of the issues and the concepts. What solutions do you propose? What is the impact of the big picture, and what is your view on it? Okay. So that's what you want. Um, and let's see, is there anything else for that? So, all right. So, do you guys have any questions? We're done with talking about the syllabus. Guys, let's see. So, in the chat, I'm gonna look so you guys can ask more questions. I'm looking at it now. So, is this essay written in first person or third person? Um, right. So this essay uh, is written in first person. So it's coming from you. That last section though, where where it's kind of where it's like it's like you've let's say you've inputted your life's work into making this issue better, into solving it, and then you talk about it as if it's already happened. So the best good that you can possibly think of has occurred, and you describe it. So that last section of what I leave for the world is kind of a theoretical um, take on the best possible outcome. So that's that. Citing sources. You do want to cite sources at the end of your paper. You can use MLA. So just make your source citing clear. Um, MLA is just it's clear and crisp, so it's nice to use. You can also cite it. Just look up how to generally cite sources. Don't worry about the specific format, like where do commas go, where do parentheses go, where do quotes go. You just want to have that general format of year, author, dot, dot, dot. So you can look that up easily online. Don't worry about that. Um, okay, so Alex asks, my eCollege account does not have this class in it. Okay, so Alex, you're going to write Karen Wong or other administrators. There we go. Aqui just answered that for you. Um, do we need to, so Lily is asking, do we need to finish the reading in Conscious Diary before or after the online course? Do we need to include our names in the tag of the Conscious Diary? You can include your last name. That would be nice. I do see when I receive them, I see which student submitted it. So usually I know, but it would be nice. So you can write like class 3.2 dash Rabat or something like that, for example. And then I answered Lily's question about the readings and Conscious Diary. Both the reading and the diary for the reading need to be completed before the day it's listed on, okay? Okay, so Christian is asking, do we need to make up that Conscious Diary that was due today or just move on to the next one? Yeah, you want to do it. You want to do it and then do one for tomorrow. So you're going to be doing two. School books in China. Okay, so the details are listed. So you can try to find it a different way. Okay. If you still can't see it, so try it today. If you still can't see it, I'll email that to you specifically, okay, if you can't see Google Books. But try to find that title, the pages that I'm talking about, the author, if you can find it some different way. I'm sure you will. If you can't, email me. Okay, can you please share the syllabus, I'm assuming, with us? Right. So Christabel is answering. It's on eCollege. And okay, so Christopher, so the entire essay, so no, so it's just that last section as if it already happened. So for example, let's take an issue of when you are brushing your teeth, you don't turn off the water, so you're wasting water. California is in a huge drought. Um, Desertification is taking over the globe. So there's less and less fresh water because the glaciers are melting, and so more water is rushed into the sea. Sea is salt. We don't drink it. Big problem. So personal example, you're brushing your teeth, you're wasting water. You've identified that. That's what you choose. And then you say, how is this impacting? I just described the impacts and the biology. That's what you want to talk about. And then just that's an active right now. For the end is that last chunk is as if it's already happened because you're talking about what you're doing about it. Say So I am turning off the water, or I'm lowering the flow speed when I brush my teeth. Okay, I only turn it on to rinse my mouth. I don't take as long of a shower as I did. So you talk about the water problem that you're actually doing, what you're actually doing to change that. That's the question right before the last. And then the last question, or the last section, I mean, um, the last section, what I leave for the future on earth, that's the only section that you're talking about as if it already happened when it hasn't, right? As if you're at the end of your life and this is what you've done to make it better. So that's the last section. So the final paper is a personal essay and less like a scientific paper. It just has sections that mimic a scientific paper. There's no example of a conscious diary, but I'll read a few of yours and I'll let you know. I'll talk about a few of yours that are good examples in the next classes. Okay, so just write, and then I'll get a feel for what you guys are writing, and I'll let you know how it's coming along. Okay. All right. So I think that covers that. Okay, so we have 25 minutes left. Last question. Is the diary based on the articles we may read before the class? That's exactly why and what you're writing about. You're writing about your response to and how you see the issue, and it shows what's going on, right, in the readings. It shows that you grasp the readings. So it is exactly in response to the readings. Lily is asking, do we choose one specific topic? Right. So you're choosing a destructive behavior, an ecologically destructive behavior. You don't necessarily need to choose more greenhouse gases in the environment. So then you would have to choose like an issue of car exhausts not having the proper filtration, and so they release a lot of unfiltered fumes into the air. So you don't need to do that. You're not limited by greenhouse gases. You choose any destructive biological or ecological practice. You brushing your teeth and wasting water, or forests being cut down. So that's what we're talking about. Okay, so we're done with those questions. Yes, Ricky, the conscious diary is based on all the readings that you have for that day. Whatever they are, It's not just about the book. Whatever your homework is for that day, whether it's a PDF of a scientific article, or the book Earth and Mind, or the scientific report, or an online article, whatever it is for that day, that's what you talk about. Okay, so these were for the online articles. This is what they're saying. This is what I have to say about it. This is what they're talking about. For the AR5 section 1.1, this is what they're talking about. This is my reaction. This is what's going on. Okay, great. Okay, so all right, so we have to keep going. There are a few other things to do, and then we'll be done. So, okay. Right. And so let me be clear, for the next homework, so for tomorrow, for Tuesday, what you will need to have read is, if you look at the schedule, the beetle paper, okay, and the AR5 report section 1.2. What I also want you to download which you don't need to do anything with. You just need to have on your computer as a slideshow. You have to download the thesis slideshow. It's on eCollege. Okay. All right. So if you look on eCollege in the doc downloads, yeah. So I'll write this down. So download for tomorrow's class. Don't do anything with it. Just have it on your computer. Don't read it, I mean. For in class, but it's a big file, so you need to have time to have downloaded it. That's my point. Is on eCollege. Okay, it's on eCollege. Called I'm typing it now for those that can't see it. Thesis slideshow. Okay, it's a large file. It's a large file, so it takes time to download. And we will go through it in class tomorrow. Okay. All right. So I hope that's clear. So your homework is listed on the syllabus. Beetle paper, AR5 section 1.2, conscious diary, but just also have downloaded on your computer so that we can go through in class thesis slideshow. Yes, you can download the papers on eCollege. That's right. So everything is going to be on eCollege. So unless there is a link online, the paper, PDF, etc., will be on eCollege. Okay, so that's it. You'll get it either directly from the syllabus or from as a link or from eCollege. Okay, so that's done. So we are okay, and you know what we're gonna do for next class, we're gonna go over because half of you only submitted the diary for 1.1 AR5. We're gonna talk about both section 1.1 and 1.2 tomorrow. Okay, so okay. So hopefully that's it. All of the questions. What I'm going to do now is you're going to watch a video. It's an intro to the AR5 report. And you're going to watch it independently from me. So I won't be sharing the screen. I'm going to give you a link. You're going to watch it and we're going to come back once it's done. Okay. So, Aqui, you can't open eCollege. Please talk to Karen Wong. Okay. So email her today. Business hours are until 5 p.m. California time. So once we finish class, you have 3 hours to email Karen so she can get back to you today before tomorrow. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to type this that I'm sending you a link. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you the link in 1 second. Okay, so okay, so I've stopped sharing the Word document, and I'm going to give you the link. Okay, so please tell me that you received the link. And if you can't open it, let me know. I'm going to be looking on the chat to see those of you who um, weren't able to get it. Okay, but otherwise, everyone who got it, you can turn off your cameras, watch the video, turn your cameras back on, and come back. Okay, so you guys can start, and then those who you guys can't see YouTube in China. That is a problem. Okay. All right, so let me think about how we can work on that. So the rest of you guys, go ahead, turn off your cameras, start watching. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so All right. Yes? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Good. So, all right. So basically, we're done. For tomorrow, you have plenty of reading, I think. So section 1.1 and 1.2, the Beetle paper. Please download the thesis PowerPoint that we'll go through in class. Don't worry about it. Um, now, um, I think that is yeah. So that is going to be all. I'm glad we had a successful day. Most of your cameras worked, most of the sound is good, and people can type when it goes off. So then have a wonderful rest of your day and good luck on the readings. I hope you enjoy them, and we'll see each other um, tomorrow. So until then, and enjoy. All right. Bye, guys. You guys can leave the meeting.